The mist of early morning clung to the Pacific Coast Highway as a weathered SUV cut through the quiet dawn. Inside, Adam kept his hands steady on the wheel, his eyes sharp and focused on the road ahead. Next to him, Elena, exhaustion etched on her graceful features, gazed out at the rhythmic breath of the ocean. In the back, little Noah slept peacefully in his car seat, oblivious to the journey's end. The SUV slowed, pulling up before a large, beautiful beach house that seemed to rise from the morning haze. Elena's voice was a soft whisper, filled with a history of pain and resilience. "This property? It's mine. Your father played a cruel game to take it from me, and your ex-wife helped him. They even planned to put me in a mental home." Adam's jaw tightened. "I know how she was. That's why I left. For peace. I never imagined they would go after you. You've always been so good to everyone. It was Davy who told me. She said the person I love most was in danger, that I needed to come home. I rushed back, but by the time I arrived, you had already fought your battle alone." His voice was thick with regret. "Sometimes, it pains I wasn't there when you needed me the most. I'm sorry, Elena, truly. Forgive me." Elena reached out, her touch gentle on his arm. "That storm has passed. Don't carry that guilt." A flicker of curiosity entered her eyes. "But tell me, who is Davy?" Adam managed a small, soft smile. "She's a sacred young woman. She'll let her give for you something meant to transform your life. It lives within me until the day I can give it to you. I'll explain everything. For now," he said, gesturing to the house, "we'll turn this place into a real home." Together, Elena looked from Adam to the house, a line of confusion creasing her brow. I still can't make sense of your mystical talk." Adam turned to her, his expression earnest and filled with a profound love. "You raised me, Elena. You're the only woman I've ever known as my mother, my mentor, my first teacher, my protector, my friend, my partner in everything that shaped me into who I am today." Warmth flooded Elena's eyes as she touched his hand. "And you've grown into the finest man I've ever known. Did everything you possibly could." "And more," Adam replied, his voice firm with a new promise. "Now it's my turn. I'll give back everything you ever deserved." Elena sensed something more beneath his words, a depth she couldn't quite grasp. "There's a mystery in your words. What are you hiding from me?" Adam simply smiled and opened her door. "Now, go ahead. Place your first step into our new home." She hesitated, a playful yet questioning look on her face. Again with the mystery. "Why should I step in first? I was expecting you to carry me and Noah inside." "If you want, I'll do that gladly," Adam said, his tone sincere. "But your first step, it will bring happiness into this house and protect it from every dark force in the universe. More mystery." Elena smiled lightly, but she trusted him. "All right, as you wish." She stepped out of the car and walked to the entrance. As her foot crossed the threshold, a subtle shift occurred. It was almost imperceptible, but both of them felt a wave of warmth, a profound calm, an unseen energy settling around them like a protective blanket. Elena's eyes widened slightly. "There's something here. Such good, different vibes." "What are you hiding from me?" "Your soul is pure, Elena," he answered gently. "It's strong enough to shield all of us from anything harmful. Adam, please, clear my confusion." The need to understand was growing stronger. "We will talk," he promised, his voice soothing. "Finish settling in. Tonight, I'll tell you everything. For now, just understand this, everything you're feeling. This whole atmosphere, it's all being created to welcome the holy gift that's meant for you." "Okay," Elena finally said. accepting his terms for now. She moved towards him, wrapping him in a familiar, comforting hug. But this time, something was different. As she held him, she felt a profound change ripple through her. It was as if tons of ice, burdens she hadn't even realized she was carrying, were melting from her shoulders. Her mind, once clouded with worry and fatigue, became crystal clear. A calm, deep joy spread through her chest, light and freeing. While still in the embrace, her eyes drifted to a large mirror hanging in the living room. She froze, Shamaha, the woman staring back at her. It was her, but younger, Thor. The lines of exhaustion were softened. Her skin seemed brighter, her eyes clearer. Confused yet undeniably delighted by the reflection, she rested her head against Adam's shoulder again. As she did, she felt a surge of energy flow through her, warm, alive, as if she were being reborn from the inside out. She didn't say a word, simply savoring the feeling. But when they finally pulled apart, the miraculous change in the mirror faded, leaving her looking like her usual self again. The feeling of renewal lingered, however, a promise of what was to come. Now, she waited eagerly, breathlessly for the night to fall, when Adam would finally reveal everything. The mystery was just beginning, too, and she had a feeling her life was about to change forever. Mummy, the ocean is so big. Want to see the house, little man? This beach house, with its grand windows framing the endless ocean, was meant to be a dream home. But as Elena ran her fingers over the dusty furniture, it felt more like a mausoleum for memories, a storage unit for broken dreams. Adam, sensing her melancholy, gently broke the silence. Then, "Let's fill it with new dreams," he said, his voice a soft anchor in the tide of her past. Better ones. Their eyes met, and in that shared glance, something shifted, an unspoken promise of a new beginning. The spell was broken by Noah, a whirlwind of childhood joy running between them. "Can I have the room with the window to the sea?" Elena. And Adam laughed, a shared, genuine sound that echoed through the dusty rooms. "Yes!" they answered in unison. Later, as the sun began its fiery descent, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson, they stood on the deck. Noah, contentedly playing with seashells nearby, was a small, perfect silhouette against the vastness of the sea. The beauty of the moment gave Elena the courage to ask a question that had been lingering in her mind. "Adam," she began, her voice barely a whisper against the sound of the waves, "why did you really agree to come here with me? You could be anywhere, doing anything." Ren turned to her, the setting sun catching the warmth in his eyes. "Because anywhere you are feels like home," he said simply, his words carrying a weight that settled deep within her. "It always has." Elena's breath caught in her throat. In that golden light, with the salt-laced wind in her hair, she felt years younger. A flicker of hope, she thought, long extinguished, reigniting in her heart. 2 weeks passed. The house, once a monument to forgotten hopes, was now transformed. It was cozy, lived in, filled with the sounds of laughter and the scent of salt and home. One night, as a storm gathered on the horizon, thunder rumbled in the distance. Noah was fast asleep upstairs, leaving Elena and Adam to a quiet game of chess by the fireplace. The crackling flames cast dancing shadows on the walls. "Chet," Adam announced, a playful glint in his eye. Elena smiled, a genuine, easy smile that had become more frequent these past days. "You learned from the best," she teased. "I learned from you," he replied, his gaze steady and sincere. A flash of lightning illuminated the room, and Elena, drawn by the storm's raw power, moved to the window. She watched the waves crash against the shore, a tempestuous, beautiful chaos. "The sea is angry tonight," she mused. Adam joined her, his presence a solid warmth beside her. In the Himalayas, my teacher said storms are just nature expressing what we keep inside, he offered quietly. Elena glanced at him, intrigued. What do you keep inside? Adam's answer was a look, an intensity that spoke volumes before he could utter a word. Truths, I'm afraid to speak. As if on cue, a deafening crash of thunder rattled the windows. And the power flickered, then died, plunging them into darkness. The only sound was the storm and their own breathing. After a moment, Adam moved, the scrape of a match breaking the tension. He began lighting candles, their soft glow creating an intimate island of light in the vast darkness. The flickering flames danced in his eyes as he looked at her. Adam, Elena began, her voice soft but firm. These past weeks, I felt something changing between us. He moved closer, his proximity a silent affirmation. I know, he confessed. I feel it too. The air thickened with unspoken words. But I raised you, she whispered, the conflict clear in her voice. 20 years older. This is ... He finished her sentence, not with the word she expected, but with the one he felt. Real. He looked at her, his expression earnest. Elena, you didn't raise a child. You mentored a boy who became a man, and that man sees you. Really sees you. Tears welled in her eyes, threatening to fall. I see you too, she admitted, her voice trembling. And it terrifies me. Adam took her hands, his touch both grounding and electrifying. My teacher in the Himalayas taught me something about connection, he said, his voice low and compelling, a counterpoint to the rolling thunder outside. About how love can transcend everything, even time itself. Too, the candlelight flickered, casting long shadows that seemed to hold their breath. What did she teach you? Elena asked, her gaze locked with his. That when two souls truly connect, without ego or fear, miracles can happen, he explained, his thumb gently stroking the back of her hand. But only if the love is pure, real. He released her hands only to cup her face, his touch gentle yet firm, asking a question without words. Is this real, Adam? She whispered, the question hanging between them, fragile as a spider's thread. I've loved you since I understood what love meant, he confessed, his voice thick with an emotion held back for years. Not as a boy loves his mother, but as a soul loves its mirror. Elena closed her eyes, a single tear tracing a path down her cheek. When she opened them again, the fear was gone, replaced by a quiet, steely resolve. Then show me, she said, her voice clear and strong above the storm. Show me this miracle. He pulled her into an embrace, a collision of past and future, of fear and hope. At that exact moment, a brilliant fork of lightning tore across the sky, illuminating them in a stark, beautiful silhouette against the window. Two souls finally finding their harbor in the heart of the storm. Two, the ocean was never calm, not here. They call it the Unrest Sea, a place of perpetual turmoil where the waves churned with a relentless, angry energy. Above, the sky mirrored the chaos below, clouds, heavy and bruised purple, collided with a violent clap of thunder that seemed to shake the very foundations of the world. Then, a flash of lightning split the heavens, a brilliant, jagged spear of pure energy arcing down from the sky. It didn't strike the water. It struck her. Elena stood on the slick, black rocks of the shore, her clothes soaked, her hair plastered to her face by the sea spray and the sudden downpour. For a moment, she was illuminated, a silhouette against the raging storm, bathed in the ethereal, blinding white light of the lightning. The energy didn't harm her, it embraced her. It coursed through her veins like a forgotten river breaking through a dam. A jolt of life so potent it felt like being born all over again. The light faded, but the change remained. The lines of worry and time that had etched themselves around her eyes softened, then vanished completely. Silver threads in her dark hair retreated, replaced by the deep, uniform black of her youth. Her posture straightened, the slight stoop of her shoulders, a burden of years she hadn't even realized she was carrying, was gone. She felt a lightness in her limbs, a surge of vitality that was both familiar and astonishingly new. She lifted a hand, turning it over in the dim, stormy light. 2. The skin was smooth, the knuckles slender, the hand of a woman in her prime. Not one who had weathered 2 additional decades of hardship and heartache. It was her hand, yet not. It was the hand she remembered from 20 years ago. Slowly, cautiously, she reached up to touch her face. The skin was firm, supple. 2. The face that looked back at her from the reflection in a small, storm-filled tide pool was impossibly, miraculously, her own younger self. A laugh escaped her lips, a sound as wild and free as the storm itself. It wasn't the tired, quiet chuckle of the woman who had walked to this shore. It was a full-throated, joyous peal of laughter, filled with the boundless energy and unwavering hope of her youth. The weariness that had settled deep in her bones, a constant companion for so long, had been washed away by the sea and burned away by the lightning. She was Elena again. Not the Elena who had survived, but the Elena who was ready to live. The storm continued to rage around her. The ocean still churned, but for the first time in a very long time, she felt no fear. She felt powerful. She felt reborn. The world had thrown its worst at her, and in its fury, it had given her back the one thing she thought was lost forever: time. With a final look at the tumultuous waves, she turned her back on the unrest sea and walked away, not as the woman she had been, but as the woman she was meant to be, young, vibrant, and ready for whatever came next. The thunder roared one last time, not as a threat, but as a farewell salute. She didn't know about her transformation. That charismatic transformation make her in deep sleep. Adam covered her young body with a blanket and left her for her peaceful sleep. The morning after the storm, everything felt different. The air was cleaner, the light softer, and as I woke up, even I felt new. I stretched, a strange sense of unfamiliarity washing over me. I looked down at my hands. They were mine, but not quite. They were smoother, the skin more supple, as if years of wear had been gently erased overnight. Confused, I wrapped myself in a robe and stepped out onto the deck. Adam was already there, sitting peacefully, watching the sunrise paint the sky in shades of gold and rose. The storm was gone, and the world seemed reborn. "Adam," I said, my voice barely a whisper. "Something happened. I feel. I look."
Good morning, beautiful angel.
Something happened. I feel. I look.
You look beautiful.
But this was different. But this was different. Look at me. Really look. What you are doing with me.
Your journey to happiness started. Don't get confused. Just enjoy.
Okay, I will. I want you. Only you.
Yes, my beautiful angel.
I want you. Only you.
As you like, my beautiful angel.
Your return gift is unique. I like it.
At your service for the rest of my life, my beautiful angel.
He turned, and his smile was as gentle as the dawn light. "You look beautiful. You always do, Paul." This was different. No, I insisted, walking closer. He stood up, his expression shifting from calm to curious as he studied my face in the golden light. He traced the lines around my eyes, which now seemed softer, less defined. He touched my cheek, where my skin had a glow it hadn't possessed in years. "The gift," he said quietly, his voice filled with awe. "It's beginning." What gift? My mind was racing, trying to make sense of the impossible. He took a deep breath, his eyes never leaving mine. "Years ago, in the Himalayas, I met a woman. She was ancient, but she looked as young as you do now. She was a keeper of old knowledge, of forgotten magic. She said she saw something in me, a capacity for a love that was pure and selfless. And she granted me a gift." He paused, gathering his thoughts. "It was the ability to share youth with the person I truly love. But it came with a strict condition. It only works if the love is pure, selfless, and truly mutual. It's a reflection of what's in our hearts." I touched my face again, the smooth skin a testament to his unbelievable story. "You're saying I'm getting younger?" "We're sharing life force, Elena," he explained. "Our connection is so deep that it's bending the rules of time itself. But we can't control it. There's no room for greed or selfishness. The moment either of us wants it for the wrong reasons, the gift will stop. Forever." It was overwhelming, impossible. A fairy tale unfolding in our quiet beach house. "This can't be real," I stammered. But even as I said it, I remembered the feeling from the night before. That sense of perfect, timeless connection. The feeling I had called charisma. Just then, a small voice called from inside, breaking the spell. "Mummy Elena, Adam, I'm hungry." We both turned and laughed. It was Noah, our little anchor to reality. Tears welled in my eyes, a mix of joy, fear, and utter disbelief. The world had just turned upside down, and all my son wanted were pancakes. The beautiful, simple reality of it all was grounding. "What do we do now?" I asked, my voice trembling. Adam took my hand, his grip firm and reassuring. "We live," he said simply. "We love. We let this journey unfold naturally. No expectations. No fear. We just are. Together, always." A few moments later, we were in the kitchen. Noah was happily devouring a stack of pancakes, his laughter filling the room. As I poured him more juice, I caught my reflection in the window. Thurman, looking back at me, could have easily passed for T5. It was me, but a version of me I thought was lost to time. I touched my cheek, a profound sense of wonder replacing the fear. Adam and Noah were laughing at some silly joke, their heads close together. The sound was pure joy. And in that moment, I made a choice. I could be afraid of this inexplicable magic, or I could embrace it. I could question the gift, or I could accept the love that made it possible. I walked over to the table and joined them, my heart full. I chose joy. I chose love. I chose this beautiful, impossible life, whatever it might bring. And as I sat down, I knew, with a certainty that settled deep in my soul, that this was just the beginning of our extraordinary story. Thanks for watching our story unfold. You believe in the magic of love and connection. Hit that like button and subscribe for more chapters of our journey. See you next time. Today, we're rediving into a story that asks a fascinating question. What if love could literally turn back time? Imagine this. A beach, 2 months after a life-changing meeting. Elena is building sandcastles with a little boy, Noah. But she's different. She looks radiant, younger, maybe 30 years old now, at home. Her partner jogs over, and they share a knowing glance. The scene is pure happiness. Noah, with the innocent honesty of a child, asks his mum, "Mommy Elena, why do you look different in old pictures?" How do you even answer that? Elena's response is beautiful. She tells him that when people are very, very happy, they glow from the inside. Just like after a really good dream. It's such a simple, perfect explanation that Noah just accepts it. Adam chimes in, ruffling Noah's hair. "We all do, buddy." This moment sets the stage perfectly. It's not just about a physical change. It's about a deep, soulful joy that's transforming their entire world. Later that evening, inside their cozy beach house, Noah is playing with his toys while Elena and Adam move around the kitchen, preparing dinner in perfect harmony. It's a quiet domestic scene, but the air is thick with unspoken wonder. Elena finally voices the thought that's been on her mind. She looked in the mirror today, really looked, and realized she could pass for Adam's age now. He asks her if it frightens her, this strange, miraculous reversal of time. And her answer is so telling. She says no, allegedly. It should, but it doesn't. Instead, she feels alive, truly alive for the first time in years. This isn't just about looking younger. It's about feeling a vitality she thought she'd lost forever. It's a profound rebirth happening right before our eyes. But with this miracle comes a new kind of worry, a what if. Elena asks Adam, what if it doesn't stop? What if she keeps getting younger and younger? It's a valid fear. Where does this journey end? Shit. This is where the story introduces a deeper layer of mysticism. Adam takes her hands, grounding her. He shares some wisdom he learned from his teacher in the Himalayas. The gift, he explains, finds its own balance. It's not about our fears or our desires. It's about what our soul truly needs. It's a beautiful concept that this magical transformation is guided by an innate, spiritual intelligence. It's not a runaway train, but a gentle river finding its course, Elena. Then asks if he's noticed any changes in himself. Adam's reply is simple yet powerful. He feels stronger, happier, complete. He wonders if maybe that's his transformation. It suggests that the gift isn't one-sided. It's a shared energy that enriches them both, just in different ways. That night, under a blanket of stars on their deck, the conversation goes even deeper. There. The setting is perfect, with the sound of the ocean in the background. Elena wants to know more about Adam's time in the Himalayas, specifically about the teacher who gave him this knowledge. Adam reveals her name was Devi. She was an ancient soul who had lived in the mountains for decades, maybe even centuries. Her philosophy was profound. She believed that time is just an illusion we create for ourselves, and that love is the only true reality. This really shifts the perspective of the story. It's no longer just a fantasy romance. It's a spiritual exploration of the nature of time, love, and existence itself. Elena asks the crucial question, did Devi tell him this would happen? 2. Adam recounts her exact words, and they are incredibly powerful. Devi told him, when you find your mirror soul, you'll share everything, even your youth, even your years. This confirms that what's happening to Elena is a known phenomenon. It's a sharing of life force between two deeply connected souls. But it came with a warning. Choose wisely. V. Gift given from pure love cannot be taken back. It flows like water, finding its level. This adds a sense of permanence and gravity to their bond. It's not a temporary spell. It's an irreversible merging of their destinies, a flow of life energy that seeks equilibrium between them. The scene culminates in the most personal and intimate question of all. Elena turns to him and asks, "Am I your mere soul?" The air is still, the ocean whispers, and the whole universe seems to be holding its breath for his answer. Adam gently touches her face, his gaze full of certainty, and says, "Every reflection I see shows me you've always been. In fact, it's the ultimate affirmation of their connection. They aren't just two people who fell in love. They are two halves of the same soul, finally reunited. And as they kiss under the stars, you get the sense that their journey is just beginning. What do you guys think about this concept of a mirror soul and sharing life itself? It's such a romantic and thought-provoking idea. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you could turn back time? Not with a machine, but with something far more mysterious, something almost magical. Today, we're diving into a story that explores just that. It's a tale about Elena, a woman who rediscovers her youth in the most extraordinary way imaginable. It's a journey of love, trust, and finding freedom when you least expect it. So, get comfortable and let's explore this captivating narrative together. Imagine this, a cozy beach house, the sound of waves in the background. It's been 3 months since everything changed. We see Elena flowing through yoga poses with the grace and energy of someone in their early 20s. Her son, Noah, tries to copy her, his giggles filling the room. Z proudly tells his dad, Adam, that Mummy Elena can do a handstand now. Elena, breathless but beaming, says she feels like she could run a marathon. This newfound vitality is both incredible and, as she admits, a little terrifying. It's a powerful image of renewal, but it also plants the first seed of a profound question. What is happening to her? Later, Elena stands before a mirror, really looking at herself. The reflection staring back is undeniably younger. She tells Adam she looks maybe 23, younger than him now. The word she uses is charisma. This isn't just about looking young. It's a deep, transformative experience. And with that transformation come doubts, or rather, questions. So many questions. Will this process stop? Will she continue to get younger? The unspoken fear hangs in the air. What is the final destination of this journey? Adam, her rock, pulls her into a comforting embrace. He reminds her of what they were told. The gift knows. It finds the balance both souls need. His words are a plea for trust in the magic, and more importantly, trust in them as a unit. The scene shifts to a breathtaking sunset on the beach. Elena is running along the shore, arms outstretched, laughing with a pure, unadulterated joy. It's the joy of rediscovered youth, of a body that moves without aches or limits. Watching from the deck of the beach house are Adam and little Noah. In his childlike innocence, Noah asks if his mummy has become an angel. Adam, with a gentle smile, replies, "No, buddy. She's just free." Finally, free. This single line is so powerful. It suggests that Elena's previous life, the one before this charisma, was a kind of prison. Perhaps it was the prison of aging, of societal expectations, or of personal fears she carried for years. Now, she's liberated from all of it. That evening, the atmosphere is warm and intimate. Tom is cooking dinner, and Elena watches him from the kitchen counter with pure adoration. It's in this quiet, domestic moment that she has a profound realization. She tells Adam that for the first time in 25 years, she isn't afraid. Not of getting older, not of being alone, not of what tomorrow might bring. She credits him with giving her this gift. A gift that began long before the magical rejuvenation. It was the gift of security and love. Adam, ever humble, counters that she gave him a home, a mother's love, and a friend's loyalty when he had nothing. In his eyes, they're even. But Elena sees it differently. She stands, walks over to him and says, "We're more than even. We're infinite." It's a beautiful declaration of their bond. It's not a transaction. not a scorecard of who did what for whom. It's a connection that transcends time, age, and even the laws of nature. They begin to slow dance right there in the kitchen. No music needed. Their movements are guided by the rhythm of their hearts, a silent symphony of their shared journey. Outside, the ocean's eternal rhythm mirrors the infinite nature of their love. Story leaves us with this poignant image too. Souls bound together, finding balance and freedom in a world where the impossible has become their reality. So what can we take away from this beautiful story? It's not just a fantasy about eternal youth. It's a story about the transformative power of love and trust. Adam's unwavering support is the anchor that allows Elena to embrace this terrifying, wonderful change. It's about freedom. Elena's newfound youth isn't just physical. It's mental and emotional. She's freed from the fears that held her captive for decades. It makes you think, doesn't it? What fears hold us back? And what would it feel like to finally be free of them? This narrative is also a testament to finding a home in another person. Their relationship is a partnership where they've both saved each other in different ways. It's a reminder that the greatest gifts we can give and receive aren't material things, but love, security, and the courage to face the unknown together. The charisma is the catalyst, but the real magic is their connection. It's infinite. Trud. I'd love to hear what you think. What part of Elena and Adam's story resonated with you the most? Do you see it as a story about magic, or is it a deeper metaphor for second chances in life and love? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I read every single one, and I'm really curious to see how this story lands with you all. It's such a rich and thought-provoking narrative. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore this incredible tale. I hope it gave you something beautiful to think about. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive into more stories that touch the heart and spark the imagination, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next adventure. Until next time, stay curious and stay free. Thanks for watching. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're rediving deep into a story that asks a powerful question. What if you could turn back time, not just on your watch, but on your own body? And what if the secret wasn't a magic potion, but finding the one thing that truly makes you feel alive? Let's explore the beautiful, thought-provoking finale of our story. We open 4 months later, in a serene beach house, bathed in morning light. Elena wakes up, she stretches, feeling a sense of peace she hasn't felt in years. As she looks at her hands, she notices they're still youthful, just as they were when the changes began. But something is different now. The frantic, rapid jogging has stopped. She feels ... settled. She walks to the mirror and sees her 23-year-old reflection staring back. The face is familiar, but the frantic energy in her eyes is gone, replaced by a calm confidence, the chaotic gift. The strange biological anomaly that had been rewinding her life has finally found its stasis point. This is her. This is who she is meant to be. Later, we see her walking on the beach, hand in hand with Adam. His presence is a comforting anchor. Ahead of them, his son Noah, full of life, runs towards the waves, his laughter carried on the sea breeze. It's a perfect, idyllic scene. Elena turns to Adam, her voice soft but sure. "It's stopped," she says. "The changes. I can feel it. This is where I'm meant to be." Adam looks at her, his eyes full of warmth and understanding. He's seen her journey, her confusion, her fear, and now her peace. "How do you feel?" he asks, his voice gentle. Elena stops walking and turns to face him fully, the ocean waves crashing behind them. A radiant smile lights up her face. "Perfect," she says. "Helen, like I've found exactly where my soul belongs, in time, in space." With you. Adam smiles back. He understands the profound mechanics of her unique condition in a way no one else could. The gift found its equilibrium, he explains. It wasn't a curse to be reversed, but a force of nature seeking balance. Her body was reacting to her life, and now it has found harmony. Elena's expression grows even more profound, too. You know what the most beautiful part is? She asks, her gaze unwavering. It's not about looking young. It's about feeling aligned. It feels like my outside finally matches my inside. She pauses, reflecting on her old life, the one filled with stress, pressure, and a deep sense of being out of place. The life I was living before, it aged me, from the inside out. This love, she says, her voice filled with emotion as she looks at him. It restored me, Jess. Then, their moment is joyfully interrupted. Noah comes running back, his small hands cupped together. Look, he exclaims, his face alight with excitement. I found a starfish. Instinctively, Elena and Adam crouch down, forming a small, protective circle around the boy. The three of them examine Noah's treasure, a tiny, perfect starfish resting in his palm. In his simple, beautiful moment, we see it all. They are a family. Hid. Might be unconventional, a unique blend of circumstances and choices, but it's whole and it's real. This scene is so pivotal. It shows us that Elena's healing isn't just about her physical age. It's about finding her place, her people. Her previous life was aging her because she was misaligned with her own soul. She was living a life that wasn't hers. Yet with Adam and Noah, she's not just younger. She's more herself than ever before. It's a powerful reminder that our environment and our relationships have a physical impact on us. True anti-aging isn't about creams and procedures. It's about living a life filled with love, purpose, and joy. The story then transitions to a quiet evening. The whole family is together on the deck of the beach house, the sky above them turning a deep shade of twilight purple. 2. The air is filled with the gentle strumming of a guitar, played by Adam. Elena is singing softly, a gentle melody that blends with the sound of the ocean. In her lap, Noah has drifted off to sleep, lulled by the music and the safety of his family. The scene is pure tranquility. The day's energy has settled into a comfortable, peaceful quiet. Adam stops playing, letting the last note hang in the air. He looks at Elena, his expression thoughtful. No regrets. He asks. It's a simple question, but it carries the weight of everything they've been through. The confusion, the uncertainty, the leap of faith it took to get here. Elena looks down at the sleeping child in her arms, then back at Adam, her eyes shining in the dim light. Only then I didn't trust this sooner, she admits. Trust us sooner. Her regret isn't about the past she left behind, but about the time she spent doubting the happiness that was right in front of her. The two. Adam nods, his understanding deep. We had to grow into it. He had to evolve to open his heart to this extraordinary situation and the woman at the center of it. Their love story wasn't instant, was cultivated, earned through patience and mutual growth. Elena's gaze returns to Noah, her hand gently stroking his hair. And now, she says, her voice full of a quiet, profound joy, we have forever to grow together. Adam offers a gentle correction, a clarification that is both realistic and deeply romantic. Not forever, he says softly. Just ... enough. However much we're given. His words aren't a downer. They're a testament to living in the present. He's not promising an impossible eternity. He's promising to cherish every single moment they have, to make enough feel like forever. Elena understands completely. She looks at him, a loving smile on her face. That's the same thing, she replies, when you're with the right person. For her, the quality of their time together, filled with this much love and alignment, transforms any finite amount of time into an eternity of happiness. And so, we leave them there, watching the stars emerge one by one in the vast night sky. The ocean provides a constant, soothing soundtrack, singing them to sleep, too. Their story concludes, not with a dramatic flourish or a magical solution, but with a deep, abiding peace. It's a testament to the idea that the greatest gift isn't youth or immortality, but finding the people and the place where you truly belong. It's about creating a life that restores you from the inside out, making every moment feel like just enough. What an incredible ending. 2. It really drives home the theme that our internal state or happiness, our sense of belonging, is directly connected to our external well-being. Elena's journey wasn't about cheating death or staying young forever. It was about finding her way back to herself. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive. What did you think of the ending? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more story analyzers. Until next time, take care and live a life that restores you. Welcome back, story lovers, to the next chapter of our journey. We're picking up 5 months after Elena's incredible transformation. Imagine this: a sun-drenched coastal town, the cheerful chaos of a farmer's market. Elena, now a vibrant 23-year-old, walks hand in hand with Adam, pushing little Noah in his stroller. Just positively glowing, her happiness so radiant it turns heads. 2. As they browse a stall piled high with fresh produce, a voice cuts through the market chatter. A voice from a life Elena thought she'd left behind. An older woman, with kind but inquisitive eyes, stops dead in her tracks. Elena! Elena! Morrison! Witz, really you? Elena's heart does a little flip. She recognizes the woman instantly. It's Margaret, a neighbor from decades ago. She forces a calm smile, though her hands tremble slightly. Margaret... ... Yes, it's been a while. A massive understatement. Margaret's eyes widen in disbelief, scanning Elena from head to toe. A while. Try 20 years. My goodness, child. You look like your own daughter. What on earth is your secret? Elena glances at Adam, who gives her hand a reassuring squeeze. She draws strength from his touch. Love, she says, her voice clear and steady. And the sea, air, a fresh start. 2. Margaret looks skeptical, but undeniably impressed. Well, she huffs, whatever you're doing, you should bottle it and sell it. You'd make a fortune. With that, Margaret bustles away, leaving a wake of stunned silence. Elena lets out a breath she didn't realize she was holding. Adam leans in close, his voice a low murmur just for her. That's going to happen more and more often, you know. Elena nods, her gaze distant. I know. I just... didn't expect how strange it would feel. Like seeing a ghost of my own past. Just then, a small hand tugs at hers, breaking the spell. Mummy Elena. Noah pipes up, his big eyes fixed on a basket of bright red fruit. Can we get strawberries? Elena's focus shifts instantly. All the tension melts away as she smiles down at him. Of course, sweetheart. Let's get the biggest ones they have. Later, the little family finds refuge in a cozy local cafe. Sunlight streams through the large window where they've settled, illuminating the dust motes dancing in the air. Noah is happily demolishing a blueberry muffin, while Elena and Adam sip their coffee, soaking in the peaceful moment. It feels normal, almost deceptively so. But the world outside their little bubble keeps intruding. Adam notices it first. A young man, probably in his late 20s, standing by the counter, keeps glancing over at their table. His eyes aren't on Adam or Noah. They're fixed on Elena. Adam smirks into his cup. He's interested, he says quietly. Elena follows his gaze, confused. Who? Adam gestures subtly with his head. That guy. He thinks you are single quotes available. A disbelieving laugh escapes Elena. This is so bizarre. I haven't been looked at like that in well, in decades. It's a surreal experience, being the object of youthful admiration after spending so long feeling invisible. Adam reaches across the table and takes her hand, his thumb stroking her knuckles. Get used to it, he says, his voice filled with genuine admiration. You're stunning. The warmth in his eyes is all that matters. Elena squeezes his hand back, her own eyes soft. I only care about one person's opinion. Their quiet moment is interrupted. The young man from the counter has decided to make his move. He approaches their table, a hopeful, slightly nervous expression on his face. Excuse me, he begins, directing his question to Elena. I don't mean to intrude, but I was just wondering. Are you single, V? Before Elena can even process the question, Adam responds, his tone firm but perfectly polite. She's very much taken. Elena, wanting to soften the rejection, adds a gentle smile. Very happily taken. The young man's face falls slightly, but he nods in understanding, muttering a quick apology before retreating back to the counter, thoroughly embarrassed. Soon as he's out of earshot, Elena and Adam exchange a look, a shared silent moment of amusement that dissolves into quiet laughter. Elena shakes her head, a smile playing on her lips. This new life. It's just so wonderful and weird all at the same time. Adam grins. Welcome to being young again. Comes with all the attention you forgot about. But Elena's gaze drifts to Noah, who is now pointing a muffin-covered finger at his empty plate. I don't want attention, she says softly, her voice filled with a profound sense of peace. I just want this, us, our little family. As if on cue, Noah's voice, muffled by crumbs, chimes in. I want more muffin. The sound breaks the sentimental mood, and they all burst into genuine, heartfelt laughter. Net's small cafe, surrounded by the scent of coffee and pastries, they are their own perfect world. A world built on love, second chances, and an endless supply of muffins. This is just the beginning of Elena's new journey, navigating a world that sees her as one person, while she holds the memories and wisdom of another. How will she continue to reconcile these two halves of her life? The reactions from the town are only going to get more frequent and more complicated. What happens when someone from her deeper past, someone who knew her not just as a neighbor, but as a close friend or family member, sees her? The questions are endless, and the challenges are just starting to unfold. Will the simplicity and joy of their family bubble be enough to protect them from the complexities of the outside world? And how will Adam handle the constant attention his now younger partner receives? Their love is the anchor, but the tides of this new reality are strong. The story is far from over. Thanks for watching. And if you're as captivated by Elena and Adam's story as I am, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what happens next. See you in the next episode. In a dusty silence of the attic, light filtering through a single grimy window, I found myself rummaging through forgotten pieces of a life I once lived. Boxes and boxes of memories, packed away and left to the spiders. I wasn't entirely sure what I was looking for, just that I needed to find something, some proof of the girl I used to be. The floorboards creaked as Adam climbed the ladder, 2 steaming mugs of coffee in his hands, his smile a welcome warmth in the cool, musty air. What are you looking for up here? He asked, his voice gentle. He settled beside me on the floor, the scent of coffee mingling with the smell of old paper and wood. My fingers brushed against a heavy, leather-bound book. I pulled it out, blowing a layer of dust from its cover. "This," I said, my voice a little hoarse. I wanted to remember who I was. I opened the photo album, and there she was. Elena, 23 years old, her face almost identical to the one I see in the mirror now, but her eyes held a different light, a hopeful, yet uncertain glow. I touched a picture of me and his father, taken in our first year of marriage. We were so young, posing awkwardly in front of a rented apartment, trying to look like we had it all figured out. "This was me at your age," I murmured, tracing the outline of my younger self. "My first year with your father. I really thought I knew what love was back then." Adam looked from the photo to my face, his gaze steady and searching. "And now?" he asked softly. I turned to look at him, really look at him. At the kindness in his eyes, the strength in his jaw, the way he looked at me as if I were the only person in the world. Now I know I didn't have a clue, I confessed. The words are quiet truth between us. What we have. This is something else entirely. Something real. He considered this for a moment, then asked, "Do you miss her? That version of yourself, a thought about the girl in the picture. The one who spent her days trying to be the perfect wife, the perfect partner. Shrinking herself to fit into a life that was never truly her own." "No," I said, the answer surprising me with its certainty. She was naive, so unsure of everything. She was trying to fit into someone else's dream. I feel like I'm finally living my own. Adam's finger gently pointed to another photo on the next page. A small, serious-faced boy with dark, unruly hair, holding my hand at a park. "That's when you first met me," he said. I was 5. A genuine smile spread across my face, the memory as clear as day. "You were the most serious little boy I'd ever met. You looked right up at me and asked, 'Are you going to stay?' I paused, the emotion of that moment rushing back. And I said yes. "You kept that promise," he said, his voice thick with a meaning that went far beyond that simple childhood question. "You," I began, my voice trembling as I fought back tears. "You were the best thing that ever came from that marriage. The thing that mattered, watching you grow up, seeing you become this incredible, kind, and brilliant man. That was my purpose. That's what kept me going. I just never, ever imagined." My voice trailed off. Adam finished the thought for me, his tone full of a quiet wonder. That the boy you raised would become the man who loves you. Tears finally spilled over, tracing paths down my cheeks. It was all too much, too strange, too beautiful to comprehend. Life is so strange.